The Phoenix Skyhawks are the league's surprise team. A loss at St. Louis in Week 1, their only blemish. They face a hungry Austin Lone Stars team today, hoping to shake up the league's worst scoring defense. The Chicago Dragons are 1-4, but all 4 losses are by 7 points or less. The Dragons had plenty of fire in their home win over Fresno. Will they repeat that feat? And the Milwaukee Stags return home with more firepower and their youthful energy, but will have to contend with the edgy and clutch Dakota Rhinos. Let the pointy, prickly battle begin. We'll watch it all tonight in the Virtual Zone. Week 7 continues here on VFN. Sit back and enjoy the glory of 3 times the football as 90 minutes of UFL football starts now. Salt Lake is the first team to kick off, followed by Dakota, followed by Austin, and we are underway across the UFL as Week 7 continues right here on the Virtual Football Network. Let's set the stage. 3 underdogs at home today. All 3 of those teams below 500, taking on 3 of the top teams in the Western Conference, Phoenix, Salt Lake, and Dakota. For Austin, coming into this game, they actually made a dramatic change, the first in UFL history, actually moving Theodore Blackman, their outside linebacker, to play inside linebacker tonight in their 3-4 defensive scheme. We'll see what happens with the Lone Stars and their scoring defense that is giving up over 30 points a game, the only team at the moment that is doing so on average in the league. Chicago's got a newcomer on defense, Jacob Vaughn, as this team tries to continue to boost up their defensive presence, especially at outside linebacker. And then Milwaukee coming into tonight, also working on their defense just a little bit as they try to slow down Dakota. Phoenix is in their white and blue with their orange lids that have become very popular lately on social media thanks to Green Gridiron as that pass is caught for a first down. Austin's in their black, red, white tonight, their standard look at home. It's a navy out in Chicago. Salt Lake's got the black, white, and yellow going. Milwaukee's going red and white with the gold trim, and Dakota is white and blue with that silver trim. We are all ready to go. Our audio is first in Austin, where you can see Chris Andrews was a little bottled up there, but Phoenix completes that pass to Hakeem Manumaluna. Now, Phoenix had a new receiver claimed this week. That's Andy Sands. He's wearing number 18 tonight, so watch out for Andy Sands. Deep shot here from Joe Tillo into the end zone. It is swatted away by an Austin defender. That was an excellent pass breakup, and that was the unclaimed free safety Brett Owen with that swat away. There you can see on the graphic right there, Blackman and Waller now both at the inside linebacker positions in that 3-4 defensive scheme for Austin. Salt Lake, Phoenix, and Dakota all with 1 loss. Dakota has won 4 of their 5 games by 1 score or less, and their only loss came by 1 score or less to Montana. So Dakota's been playing in a lot of close games as Milwaukee is actually not only across the 50, but inside scoring positions. So let's go to Milwaukee as Phoenix continues their drive. Play fake for Adam Wiseman, their quarterback. Dropping to throw, that pass is incomplete. They'll go to some lineups. Tillo has Phoenix into the red zone. So we'll go back to Austin. That pass caught by Chris Andrews of Phoenix. And the Skyhawks are the first team knocking on the door today as Joe Tillo continues his very successful campaign. Let's settle in and enjoy some UFL action. Mr. Churchill's in the chat, Jesse Fritz. Think outside the box, Evan Wood. And more as Adam Wiseman goes inside the 10 down to the 5-yard line. Milwaukee is in the red zone. Pass hauled in by unclaimed Dejon Wright. Down to the 5-yard line. Phoenix is also in the red zone. 2nd and 8 at the 18-yard line. Tillo's pass hauled in for a 6-yard gain. He's 4 of 5 for 54 yards. Salt Lake and Chicago have both stalled on their opening drives as the Hornets go 3 straight runs and cannot pick up the first down. So the punt goes to Chicago, down to the 12. Handoff to Rocco McLongfellow. Tigner, excuse me, the heavy back. And he is dropped for a loss. Phoenix's unclaimed running back one, Daryl Terriant, with that carry, gets a first and goal for Phoenix down to the 9-yard line. So far, not so good for Austin as they are they kind of shifted their linebackers around. Waller nearly got the stop for the first down. Blackman has been in on a couple of tackles. Let's go to Milwaukee, 2nd and goal at the 9. Toss this time. That is McLongfellow, and he is dropped for a 6-yard loss. Tillo, 1st and goal at the 9. Joe Tillo going to take off himself, and Joe Tillo's got a rushing touchdown for Phoenix. That is Tillo's 2nd rushing touchdown this season, and that is our first score of today's ball games from 9 yards out.
The kicker on for the extra point.
5 runs, 5 passes on that opening drive. The extra point is good. And Phoenix takes a 9-7 lead. 3rd down and goal for Adam Wiseman. All day to throw, but this time he is sacked. That is Mordecai Pfister with the sack. And for Pfister, that is now 10.5 sacks in this Dakota's 7th game of the season. Adam Wiseman was looking for someone to get open and ran out of time, so Milwaukee's going to end up having to settle for a field goal. This is a 35-yard field goal. Chicago goes 3 and out again. Chicago and Salt Lake struggling offensively. This 35-yard field goal is good for Milwaukee. And they now lead Dakota 3-0. Adam Wiseman's here. Michael Percoco's in the house. Mike Coco getting a speed boost this week. We'll get our first look at Dakota's offense here momentarily. Milwaukee takes half the quarter off the clock. This is Austin's first offensive possession after Phoenix took 5 minutes off the clock on their opening drive. Tony D is in the house. Handoff, Mike Woodstone for Austin. Gets 3 on the play. We'll go through lineups there, and let's go to Chicago, where Salt Lake's got a 2nd and 10 at their own 34-yard line. Another handoff to Chris Allure, and gets past 1, but not much room to run so far. 13 yards on 5 carries. The horns are here. Billy Flagg is the Dakota quarterback. Completes that one to the 32-yard line for a first down on his first completion. 3rd down and 1. And Jesse Long has a completion to Armstrong. 2 for 2 for 19 yards, both going to Armstrong to start the game. Nico Rightway is the star receiver in Austin. Billy Flagg also off to a 2 for 2 start for 19 yards. Phoenix also has a new defensive player out there, or check that, a new tight end, Mateus Sansbino. An excellent name in the name game. Wearing number 88 for the Skyhawks tonight. Keep an eye out for Sansbino as Mike Woodstone has a first down to the 40-yard line. 14 yards on Woodstone's first 2 carries, and Woodstone and Adam West both signaling for first down simultaneously as West gets a 15-yard completion. Salt Lake has moved the football inside the 30-yard line. Yeah, I'm sure, Tony. And, yeah, flip cards don't count. They're not flipped on my end as Woodstone takes another carry. Austin is on the move. Billy Flagg with a play fake on 2nd down and 8. Throws that into traffic. His first incompletion of the day. Jay Carter with a play fake. Blitz is picked up. Carter's pass is caught down inside the 5, down to the 3-yard line. Jay Carter, 3 for 3 for 60 yards. And Adam West, the tight end, is off to a hot start for the Hornets. 3rd down and 8 for Dakota at their own 47. Salt Lake has entered the red zone. False start for Austin. Screen pass. Billy Flagg looking for some blocks and cannot get the first down. This is a Salt Lake touchdown. That is the second at the fullback position, but this is Lucas Doty. Lucas McGregor was released this week, so Lucas Doty in at the fullback position, and he gets the second touchdown for a fullback on the Hornets roster in back-to-back weeks. Salt Lake has the first touchdown on the board in Chicago, a very impressive drive led primarily by Jay Carter and Adam West. Milwaukee's defense gets the stop. Look at this punt from Dakota, just beyond or just inside the pylon for a touchback at the 20-yard line. That was almost a perfect coffin corner kick. Let's go to Austin, where the Jesse Long is 4 for 4 for 31 yards, and Hill makes that catch. Milwaukee's back on offense. A lot of players to spotlight on Dakota's defense. Mordecai and Malachi Pfister, Suki Padri, Rick Kuhn, Kilimo Orso, Bailey Puckett, and Jack Apple, A.J. Horn, the kicker for Dakota. Longfellow takes a carry for the Stags. He's got 7 carries for 22 yards here in the first quarter. By the way, that Salt Lake score was from 3 yards out, so that number had already hit, and as did number 7 as well. 3rd down and 7 coming up for Austin at the Phoenix 26-yard line, trying to answer that Skyhawks opening touchdown. And on 3rd down and short, a flip out for Milwaukee does not get the first. They'll have to punt. Long fires it inside the 15. It is caught at the 13-yard line. Austin is in the red zone. Another catch for Armstrong, his 3rd of the drive. First down at the 13-yard line. Jesse Long, a perfect opening drive. Milwaukee's got a punt. Dakota will get their second shot of the first quarter. This is a deep kick, so deep the ball goes out of the back of the end zone and nearly into the first row. Chicago is beyond midfield. 1st and 10 of the 13 for Jesse Long and the Lone Stars. That pass is incomplete. Good break on the ball there from unclaimed corner Nnamdi Ojuta. Billy Flagg's pass complete. 5 for 6 to start for 28 yards for the Rhinos. Toss, Mike Woodstone trying to get a block outside, but it could not hold. That would have been a touchdown if that block would have held. 5th carry for Woodstone on the opening drive. And both Austin and Phoenix having pretty similar opening drives here. That was the 5th run for Austin. Already 7 passes for Jesse Long. 3rd down and 9. Long fires into the back of the end zone, picked off. Picked off by Holiday. And the interception bug strikes again for Jesse Long. A deep bomb over the middle to Mike Coco for Dakota. That's just a great play by Holiday. That ball was a little bit behind Armstrong, and Holiday able to make a break on the ball. Lower right-hand corner of your screen. Coco on a little slant over the middle. A lot of space to run. And Joe Tilla will take back over for Phoenix, up 7-0. A heartbreaking turnover.
Let's go now. 50, plant.
For Austin, Jesse Long's 15th interception of the season. That's 6 more than any other quarterback, as Lorenzo Snow is dropped in the backfield. And Joe Tillo on a 1st down and 10 is going to take a kill shot, and it's picked off. Austin takes it back the other way. Intercepted by Lofton. And Austin's defense able to force a turnover. Deep ball from Jay Carter is caught. 4 for 4 for 89 yards. That's Hill on the catch for Salt Lake. For Joe Tillo, that is interception number 5 on the season to go along with 8 touchdowns. But for Austin's defense, that's just their 4th interception. So the 2 exchange turnovers there. Let's go to Milwaukee, where Dakota's across the 50 to start the second quarter. Carter's pass a little bit behind his intended receiver. That's his first incompletion. Lavernius Coles on the stop of Lorenzo Snow, the 13th. Fourth and 7. Dakota's going for a 60-yarder. A.J. Horn, for real? No. Wow. Really surprised they tried that in the Chicago game. There's been an interception in the red zone. Jay Carter airing it out deep. Looking for DJ Barker, but that pass was picked off by unclaimed corner Lawyer Manson. Taking Carter to court. Chicago with a big forced turnover, and we've seen 3 picks in the last few minutes of action. Surprise Dakota tried that 60-yard field goal. That gives Adam Wiseman great field position for Milwaukee, but that pass is dropped and incomplete. End of the first quarter in Austin, 7-0 Skyhawks.
Ready. 10-2 stop.
That 60-yard field goal would have been the longest field goal in the UFL this season. Longfellow is dropped for a loss. Jesse Long's got another completion, 7 of 10 for 68 yards so far. That one caught by Grady for 14 yards. And I think false start called on Chicago, so second down and 12. Just 44 total yards of offense in the first quarter for the Dragons. Going a little backwards. So is McLongfellow. He has struggled to get any kind of rushing yards for Milwaukee so far in this game. Adam Wiseman will drop the throw. Wiseman to the corner, far side, nearly threw a pick. That could have been dangerous. Mike Woodstone makes a man miss. Woodstone gets to the Phoenix 44-yard line, 30 yards on 7 carries for Mike Woodstone. Wow, that really was a dangerous ball from Adam Wiseman. And I think I saw a graphic there that Logan Foster is 3 of his first 9 passes. That one dropped and nearly intercepted. So Dakota's got a punt again. Or excuse me, Milwaukee's got a punt again, and Dakota will get the ball on their 20. All right, let's go back to Austin. They are across the 50. A 3rd down and 1 at the 44-yard line of Phoenix. Hand off, and he didn't get there. That was Winters on the carry, sparing Woodstone, who was out for fatigue. A loss of 2 yards will set up a 4th down and 3 for Austin. If you missed any action from Tuesday night, it was a doozy. Scores from that evening across your screen, and on 4th and 3, Austin will elect to punt. Drive stalls out beyond the 50. The Lone Stars offense still scoreless. This is a high kick that will actually be returned by Phoenix up past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Not necessarily what Austin was looking for there. That's another interception. Chicago has just picked off Salt Lake again. Jay Carter with his 2nd pick. And Carter did not see the linebacker drifting back into coverage. How do you like that? Oh, deep shot. Tillo had a man wide open. Chicago tweaked their defense this week to not be so DB dependent, and their linebacker sneaks back into coverage and gets an interception. That's back-to-back turnovers for Salt Lake's offense as Smith gets his first carry for 7 yards. Terriant with a big gain for Phoenix. And that got a first down all the way up to the 38-yard line. Dakota's got a 2nd down and 2. That pass is complete, so the drive will continue. Billy Flagg is 8 of 11 for 62 yards. Logan Foster's in some trouble. 2nd and 3. He is suplexed down by Joe Malone. That defensive end, nice sack by Malone. Let's go to Milwaukee, where Dakota's on the move, trying to get their first points of the board of the night to the Milwaukee 35-yard line. That's Horn with the catch. For Joe Malone, that was his 4th and a half sack this season. And Chicago's offense just not taking advantage of what their defense has offered them so far in this game. High snap, and that rattled the play call there. 3rd and 11. Chicago was looking for a draw. That's Horn on the catch for Dakota down into the red zone. But still a 3rd and long draw, not ideal, but Chicago has struggled passing the ball as well. They just cannot find any answers right now against this Salt Lake defense, one of the best in the league. Marquette with the catch for Phoenix to move the chains. His first for 3 yards. Dakota down 3-0 in the 2nd quarter. They've been a little sluggish offensively, but starting to put things together on this drive into the 1st quarter in Chicago. Billy Flagg takes off and runs quickly. It almost looked like a design quarterback draw all the way down to the Milwaukee 4-yard line. And Ronnie Shanahan, interesting note about the stadium. So I can't say for sure unless CJ can chime in the chat, but originally the stadiums a lot of the times were based on the aesthetics, the seat colors, just the general bannerings around the stadium. But we found out how to change the seats after we started to partner up and figure some things out. So it could have been, as Carter's pass is incomplete, it could have been that maybe Austin vibed a little bit more with that Texans red. But that's an interesting conversation. We'll have to ask CJ on our next podcast how he came to select some of these stadiums for these teams. Either way, they all work pretty phenomenally together. It's a lot of fun. All right, 21st offensive play for Dakota. 2nd down and goal at the 5-yard line. Can they punch it in? This is Wildcat from Dakota. Lorenzo Snow, the 13th, takes the handoff. Or no, that was Nixon taking the handoff. He got 2 yards. A little bit of trickery there from Dakota. Didn't end up resulting in a touchdown. That is an excellent catch by Marquette of Phoenix. Upper left-hand corner. Look at this. Theodore Blackman draped all over him. Look at Marquette. That is brilliant from Marquette. That's not going to be a difference maker in a box score, but fending off Blackman in the middle of the field was outstanding. A little flip pass to Manu Maluna, getting near a 1st down. Dakota's going to have to settle for 3. That's a 20-yard field goal. And it's a little bit easier to make than the 60-yarder attempt from earlier in the game from A.J. Horn. So 20 is off the board. Salt Lake and Chicago still kind of dealing each other blows. Let's go to Austin. 3rd down and 2. In scoring position, and Terriant's got the 1st down. 36 yards on 9 carries for Terriant so far. I think that was Blackman in on the stop again. Let's get another look at it. That's a combo stop. Might get half a sack for that. So Milwaukee's offense coming back out on the field. There's a look at Mike Churchill. He's been one of the best receivers in the league since signing with the Milwaukee Stags. In 3 games, he has 18 receptions for 262 yards and 3 touchdowns. And we're tied at 3 in Wisconsin. Play action rollout all day for Adam Wiseman, looking for someone to get open. Wiseman should have just gotten rid of it and instead took a sack. Unclaimed linebacker Will Edwards makes the play. Meanwhile, it's Phoenix just outside of the red zone. Wells on the carry. 3rd down and 7 for the Skyhawks. That's Petrovic in his new outside linebacker position, making his first tackle of the day. 2nd and 3 for Chicago. Can they get the offense moving? And off up the gut, that is Preston, who's got 24 yards on 5 carries. Preston and Smith, the unclaimed running back duo in Chicago. Corey Preston and Lamelico Smith. Joe Tillo trying to get Phoenix into the red zone. That pass is incomplete. And that drive's going to stall out. McLongfellow trying to get a block from the big guy outside. Could not get around the edge. And now it's 3rd down and 19 for Milwaukee in a very defensive first half. Really, all 3 games have featured a lot of defense so far, as Foster's pass is incomplete. He's 6 of 13. That pass to the sideline is complete for Milwaukee, but not enough for a first down. Not a lot in the playbook for 3rd down and 19. That was Fergus Henderson with his 2nd grab of the day, but it'll be Dakota getting another stop. 39-yard field goal for Phoenix is good. 39-yard field goal for Phoenix is good. And they take a 10-0 lead over the Austin Lone Stars. Austin has moved the football, but they threw a pick in the red zone and then had another drive stalled out just outside of field goal range. Let's go to, do we have a 4th down in Chicago? Nope, we don't. 1st and 10 at the Salt Lake 37-yard line. The Dragons just converting. Not much running room there for Preston. Both games are moving quite fast. Salt Lake and Chicago, the one kind of lagging behind with all the changes of possessions there. 7 minutes to go in the first half. A little bit of discombobulation from Dakota's receiving corps, 2 in the same area. Billy Flagg is 10 of 15 here in the first half.
Here we go.
3rd down and 7 for Billy Flagg, trying to turn the corner, and does. Mike Coco. You could see the, oh no, check that. That's Lorenzo Snow, the 13th down the sideline. Chicago's got a first down to the 24. And I think Jesse Long just took a sack, but Lorenzo Snow, really nice job turning the corner and getting additional yardage. And yes, Long did just get taken down. 6:05 to go. Chicago finally on the move offensively. That's Preston on the carry. 102 yards for Chicago in the first half, down just 7-0. They picked off Jay Carter twice already in the first half. Logan Foster looking for someone to get open. 2nd and 6. It's hauled in, but only a 2-yard gain. 2 minutes to go in Milwaukee. Play fake to Woodstone on 3rd and 9. Jesse Long's got all day long, has to get rid of it. And that pass was a little overthrown to the sideline. Austin will have to punt. Chicago inside the 10, down to the 5-yard line into the red zone. Billy Flagg going to take off and run. Not much room there. Nice job. That's actually going to go down as a sack for Milwaukee. That's unclaimed defensive end Kobe Carnes. Salt Lake, this is the type of game they play. They score 27.4 points per game, but Salt Lake only allows 14.4. That's the second best scoring defense in the league. Preston goes backwards. Tillo's pass is almost picked, and it's actually caught. Pass caught by Chris Andrews off the deflection, and even on a 6-yard pickup, Phoenix just can't seem to do anything wrong this season. Tillo, lofting ball is incomplete, and it's got to be kind of frustrating for Austin because here they are, the worst scoring defense ever since the first drive where they gave up a touchdown. Austin's defense has been pretty good, but their offense is struggling after scoring 34 against Dakota. Dakota put up 41 in that game, and this game is 3-3 in Milwaukee. Wiseman's pass is dropped. Wiseman 5 of 9 for 59 yards. Milwaukee has 58 seconds and 3 timeouts to work with.
Down, 30 base.
3rd and goal at the 7 for Foster. Logan Foster, looping pass. That wasn't even close. Nice catch by Wright. Wright stepping up big time for Milwaukee here in this first half. A 28-yard reception. He's got 52 yards for Milwaukee. That leads their receivers. Tillo goes down for a sack. McFadden in the backfield. So Chicago's going to have to settle for 3. Jesse just calling for the pressure and just got some from McFadden. This is a 24-yard field goal for Chicago. That kick is up and good. 8 called numbers in this first half. Milwaukee nearing field goal range there. 43 seconds in all 3 timeouts. Ball at the Dakota 38-yard line. Churchill with his 3rd catch. He's up to 37 yards. Milwaukee protecting their timeouts. Wiseman trying to get into scoring range. Zipped one in there. I actually thought it was hauled in, but I think that was Churchill, the intended target, who could not come down with it. 2nd and 10. Terriant trying to get outside on 3rd and 19. Phoenix trying to run the clock out because it's 3rd and long and they have the lead. Austin will call a timeout and try to do something before the end of the half. Wiseman back to work. Deep shot. Oh, tipped away. Nice pass deflection. Oh, we're not going to get a replay. So now it's 3rd down and 10 for Milwaukee with 23 seconds left. Let's go there. Wiseman dumps it short. Caught. What are they going to mark? They're marking it 4th and 1. Milwaukee would be a 46-yarder. Montgomery on that stop. Milwaukee is going to go for it. 4th down and 1, 17 seconds left. Wiseman goes play fake, and Wiseman is sacked. Edwards' 2nd sack and the 3rd of the first half for Dakota. Milwaukee rolls the dice. Tried to catch Dakota off guard with a play action, looking to take a shot. And Dakota comes up with a monster stop. Austin's drive not going much of anywhere.
Ready. 8, read.
Dakota's got 12 seconds and 3 timeouts in a 3-3 ball game. Flag, not much there. Snow the 3rd caught it. Timeout Dakota. Trying to get into field goal range. 7 seconds left. 2-minute warning in Chicago. Jesse Long, deep shot on 3rd and 11. Intercepted! And now Phoenix has 19 seconds and 3 timeouts left. Watts with the pick for Phoenix. Unclaimed Adam Watts, interception number 5 on the season. Billy Flagg trying to get into field goal range, but the clock expires. And that's how the first half ends in Wisconsin. 10 runs, 10 passes for Salt Lake in the first half. They are still up just 7-3 with 1:55 to go. Let's go there. Jay Carter's pass to the sideline is caught. That'll stop the clock.
Come on, fellas.
And with the clock stopped, that's Noah Neely with the catch. Let's go to Austin. 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line for Tillo. Trying to make something happen. Deep shot down the field. Caught at the 1-yard line and out of bounds. Chris Andrews, 53 yards. But it's ruled that the ball did not cross the plane. Let's get another look at this. The pylon got hit, but I think it was the right foot of Andrews, and the ball was in his left hand. So they rule it short, and the ball's at about the half-yard line. Phoenix has a 1st and goal at the 13. They're going to try to get the touchdown. Tillo's got 2 spies on him. Tillo's pass is knocked away, bobbled around, still loose, and it's incomplete. 2nd and goal at the 5 from the 1-yard line. And if you're Phoenix, I mean, you're 1 yard away. A touchdown makes it a 3-score game. They are not bringing on the kicker just yet. 5 seconds to go. Tillo fires out of the back of the end zone. 1 second to go. Okay. Now what will Phoenix do? 3rd and goal at the 1. Deep shot. Salt Lake overthrown. Phoenix is still on the field offensively. Trying to go up by 3 scores, and Tillo is sacked, and the half is over. Milwaukee and Phoenix both get aggressive at the end of the first half. 1 yard away from epic. Austin gets the sack, and that's how the first half ends. What a stop from Austin. 10-0 Phoenix at the break. This is a 51-yard field goal from Salt Lake. That is good. That's your 50-plus on your scorecard tonight. Everybody in the chat, or at least a couple, saying kick that 3. Well, what happens if they score a touchdown and go up 17-0 at the break? I'm surprised they didn't run it. More surprised they didn't run it than them actually going for it there. TJ Horn got lit up in the middle of the field. Salt Lake goes up 10-3. And we got a 4th down in Dakota. Let's pause for league rights.
This presentation of the UFL is intended for the private use of our audience. Any accounts or descriptions of the game without the express written consent of the league office is prohibited.
So Dakota is punting. Chicago's got 1:11 left. Jesse wants all verts on every play. No, that's your Madden out of the box, Jesse. Mike Woodstone in the first half, 30 yards on 7 carries. I put 51 on the board. I apologize, guys. 50 plus is your called number. 55 seconds for Chicago, 10-3. Logan Foster going to try to get something going before the end of the half. He's got a 1st down to the 50-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Jet to the ball. Jet to the ball.
Number 1. Check. 53.
2.
53.
Deep shot. Chicago down into scoring position. Jesse Long's going deep down the field. It's knocked away.
Break.
I'm coming after you.
Now Jesse Long on a 3rd down and 10. Again airing it deep. And again, it's knocked away by Phoenix's secondary. You know, Jesse's putting up these one-on-one balls. That's Nico Rightway, who was the intended receiver, but it's Phoenix's defensive backs who are swatting these away in one-on-one coverage. These receivers got to come down with the football. Logan Foster over the middle as Chicago down inside the red zone. They'll call their second timeout. 15 seconds to go. One timeout for the Dragons. The next play in the field of play will force the clock down to 5, and Chicago will have to settle for 3. So they got to be diligent here. 19 yards away from a potential touchdown. Austin goes 3 and out to start the second half.
Go. 90 Wolf.
We got to get the ball, D. Get the ball right here. Let's go.
Milwaukee on the move in a 3-3 game. Logan Foster to throw. Looking and takes a sack. That's sacked by Holland. And that will bleed the clock down to 5, and Chicago will have to settle for 3. Nice move over the middle. Chris Andrews having himself a game for Phoenix. Joe Tillo now 12 of 20. Phoenix up over the 200-yard threshold. 161 of that through the air. This is a 45-yard field goal for Chicago. 45-yard field goal. Got it. 10-6 is the new score in Chicago. So the Dragons get something before the end of the first half. Third down and 7. Adam Wiseman all day to throw. Finds an open receiver who was standing out of bounds. Oh, Mike Churchill's got to have better awareness there. And it looks like Milwaukee's drive will stall. Man, Churchill was wide open. Actually, the pass kind of led him out of bounds a little bit too far. Looking at it again. Another completion to Chris Andrews before he is yoinked down. Andrews, the team's third leading receiver in terms of catches, 306 yards and 2 touchdowns. The new tight end, Mateus Sansbino, very quiet tonight. Austin's done a pretty good job on Sansbino in his debut. Joe Tillo, deep shot, overthrown. Third down and 2 coming up. All right, let's go to Austin.
Ready?
Here I come. Here I come.
Third and 2. Salt Lake and Chicago finally has gone to the half.
Now.
Fake the pop pass, handed off to Terry, and he's dropped to the backfield.
Young Trip is here, baby.
That's rough with his second TFL, and Austin's defense gets another stop. It's 4th down and 3. Phoenix could go for it. They are in that territory. Billy Flagg on 2nd and 8, going to take off and run. Got a lot of space. And Dakota's got a first down up to the 37-yard line. 55 yards on the ground for Billy Flagg on 5 carries. Phoenix will elect to punt. Their defense has been outstanding today. A high kick that's fielded in a crowd at the 17-yard line by Armstrong. Woodstone did not have a carry on that first possession in the third quarter for Austin. See if they try to get him back going. Lorenzo Snow, the 13th, just 22 yards on 10 carries today. Milwaukee's done a nice job on him. Oh, Mike Woodstone! Are you kidding me? That's the best 4-yard run you'll see all season, and the fact that we're not getting a replay is just a crime. What a spin move from Woodstone. I've never seen a 300-pound body fly in a different direction that fast. 2nd and 6 over the middle. Woodstone with the catch. Trying to hammer it to Woodstone a little bit more on this drive. 10 of 20 for 77 yards and 2 picks for Jesse Long. Not the first couple of quarters and change that he was hoping for. Chris Allure on a carry for Salt Lake, 52 yards on 11 carries. And Woodstone is crushed in the backfield. So Austin throws 3 incompletions on the first drive of the third quarter. then gets Woodstone involved on the first three plays of this drive, and neither drive results in a first down. That is Akins with the catch for Billy Flagg and the Dakota Rhinos, and Dakota is very near. In fact, they are, I believe, yep, they are in the red zone. 3rd down and inches for Salt Lake. They have a 10-6 lead. Play fake, Jay Carter checks it over the middle to Allure. That is incomplete. 4th and inches, and I think Salt Lake's going to have to punt. 1st and 10 for Dakota at the Milwaukee 16-yard line. A very low-scoring game. Chris Andrews, 120 yards today on 6 grabs. Play fake. Billy Flagg is sacked. That is Will Shackelford for Milwaukee. Shout out to Will Shackelford. That is his first career sack on a safety blitz. Tarriant's got a first down. Theodore Blackman trying to punch it out from behind, could not. Blackman's got another tackle. Dakota is now firmly outside of the red zone as they try to get Snow involved. 3rd down and 21. Mills with the stop. Man, nobody is making it easy on these offenses today. Tarrant is confused in the backfield, and Blackman gets a TFL, his 3rd. Well, Austin wanted him more involved in the game plan, and he certainly has been that way. 5 tackles tonight, 3 for loss for Theodore Blackman, paired with Mac Waller on that defense, and they are holding Phoenix in check. That pass is good for a touchdown. What a play! A sensational catch by Mike Coco in the back of the end zone. The first touchdown in Wisconsin. Did Coco tap the toes? Absolutely blanketed by Poppy Coles, one of the best corners in the league. It will be booth reviewed, and it really should be. Can we get a shot down the line of some kind? Right here, this should be good. Boy, I don't know. I don't think he ever got the second foot down. Unless I'm missing something. I don't think Coco caught that pass. Oh, Preston almost scored. And they are going with the call on the field. I don't know about that. That's a bad call from my vantage point. I just don't see how Coco ever got that second foot in. And I can honestly say, in 7 weeks of UFL action, I think that's the most egregious call by the officials that we have seen this season. I don't know about that one. Meanwhile, Blackman got another TFL for Austin, and the defense continues in a strange turn of events in Austin. All of a sudden, it's the defense now bailing out the offense for the Lone Stars. So the Dakota touchdown counts. Mike Woodstone taking off. Logan Foster sacked again. 2nd sack for Joe Malone. He's up to 5.5 this season. Well, you know, all credit in the world to Mike Coco. A touchdown's a touchdown. It was from 26 yards out. And I'm looking on the replay, and I just don't see it. It does stand. 26 off the board. That is our 12th called number of the night. Jesse Long's got a first down for Austin past the 30, and on 3rd down and 16. Chicago, there's a fumble in the Dakota and Milwaukee game. It's returned for a touchdown. Fumble returned by Suki Padre. What is happening in Milwaukee? Oh, they threw it outside to Mike Churchill. He got popped. Padres there for the touchdown. And the hit was by Rick Kuhn. Wow. Back-to-back touchdowns for Dakota.
The kicker on for the point after.
For Kuhn, that is his first forced fumble of the season. Woodstone getting loose for Austin. First down to the 44-yard line. We're going to get the yardage on that return in a moment and make that official. We got to check in on Austin, who's starting to put together a drive. And a backwards pass for Milwaukee. Back-to-back touchdowns for Dakota. The first one very questionable. And this game was so close. That is a 25-yard fumble recovery for a score. That game in Milwaukee was as close as you can get it. Mike Woodstone is erupting in Austin low-key. 63 yards now on 12 carries. Austin's putting together a drive to the Phoenix 49-yard line. Chicago's offense has been asleep at the wheel today. Chris Allura's got 75 yards on 14 carries as Salt Lake is protecting a 10-6 advantage. 17 is also off the board on that Dakota touchdown. Horizontal bingos tonight. Mike Churchill has a first down to their own 46-yard line as Milwaukee tries to bounce back. Harrison with a sack for Chicago. Deep shot, Jesse Long, and finally a receiver hangs onto a deep ball. That is Hill for 26. Austin's over 100 passing yards. And this is the deepest they've been in Phoenix territory since that end zone interception.
Ready. 60 outlaw. Ready to go.
3rd and 7. Salt Lake does nothing. They're going to have to punt the football again. 1st and 10 for Jesse Long. Quick pass outside to Hill. And it's blown up in the backfield. A 3-yard loss with 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. That's Hill's 4th catch. Salt Lake punting again. That game has been full of punts. This one is going to roll into the end zone. Adam Wiseman on 2nd down and 3. This is an important drive for Milwaukee as they've given up 14 straight points here.
Ready. 10 Lobo.
Let's go.
2nd and 12. Horizontal bingos for the win tonight. Mike Woodstone shaking off a tackle. Not going to get much. Wiseman's pass incomplete. He's 13 of 22. Smith on that last carry for Chicago. They're only down 4. And neither offense is really playing spectacular. And Adam West has completely disappeared for the Hornets after a dominant first quarter. Long against a blitz. And Phoenix just manned up on the back end and said, try us. And it's knocked away. And Jesse Long's had plenty of incompletions today, but a lot of them are just one-on-one balls that are just not being caught, looking for a right way. And that one a little bit off the mark, but Watts able to swat it away. Deep shot from Wiseman is caught at the 8-yard line. How about the day for this guy? Dejon Wright, still unclaimed. 43-yard field goal for Austin is good. Bottom right-hand corner of your screen, Wright. Sensational inside the 10-yard line. Over the outstretched arms of the defender, Holloway. First and goal at the 8. Wiseman slant, touchdown Milwaukee. Mike Churchill, touchdown number 4 in 4 games. And how about Milwaukee striking back after back-to-back touchdowns by the Rhinos? Logan Foster on 3rd and 7, sacked again. The 3rd sack for Joe Malone. A pitiful offensive output today by Chicago. And listen, all credit to Salt Lake's defense, because Salt Lake has been doing this to a lot of different opponents, as you get Terriant's updated numbers in the upper left. 201 yards now for the Stags. That touchdown went for 8. (10-3), 17-10, 10-6 are your scores. We have 3 one-score games right now. And the closest to scoring position is the only team that has offensive possession right now. That is Phoenix, up 10-3 after Austin got the goose egg off the board on their last possession. Terriant is decked by Blackman. 6 tackles for Blackman.
Let's go now. 70, Indy.
End of the third quarter in Austin, the first game to go to the fourth quarter. Billy Flagg's numbers: 16 of 22, 178 yards, a touchdown and a pick, or no picks rather. Shout out to Bailey Puckett, who I think I missed earlier in the defensive shout-outs for Dakota. Ontario Knight, Jacob Vaughn. Shout-outs for the Chicago defense. And hey, shout-out to Vaughn and Knight holding things down right now for Chicago. Salt Lake's defense features Joe Malone, James Neely, Don Mariano, DeQuavius Locke, and Jan Lopez. Milwaukee's defense has Will Shackelford, who has a sack today, and Cash Cruz. 3rd down and 11 for Jay Carter. Slinging it, caught by Adam West. He got the first down, and Austin got another stop. Adam West, 4 catches for 56 yards, and that's his first since the first quarter. That's the end of the third quarter in Chicago. That's the end of the third quarter in Milwaukee. 3 three-score games heading into the fourth quarters of tonight's action. And we still have no bingos tonight. Jesse Long, all day, deep shot. And he's got a guy down there, incomplete. 13 of 27, Long just hanging these footballs up there. Receivers just cannot find it. Chris Allures up to 78 yards for the Hornet run game. Long's pass over the middle, caught. Got 5. Billy Flagg on 2nd and 3 as Dakota trying to respond to Milwaukee's score. With a score of their own, 19-25 for Billy Flagg. Allure straight up the gut, 85 yards now. Austin, 3rd down and 5 to keep the drive alive, down 10-3. Jesse Long's pass is caught past the 45 to the 44-yard line. 29 yards for Grady. Jacob Vaughn just got a tackle, his 3rd of the game, to set up a 2nd down and 4 for Salt Lake. 10:40 left in that game. Flag, play fake. 2nd and 8 for Dakota. That is nearly an interception. Allure stopped in the backfield. Jesse Long, 1st down and 10. 10 minutes to go. Long's pass is knocked away. All games with almost identical time left on the clock. 10-3, 10-6, 17-10. Jay Carter going to take off and run, and is sacked on 3rd and 4. Crawford with the takedown. Long's pass caught inside the 30. So is Billy Flagg on the scramble inside the 30. 65 yards now, 3rd down and 4. Dakota's up over 300. Long starting to heat up just a little bit. That's Hill with the catch. 3rd and 4. Billy Flagg over the middle. Red zone Dakota. 20th completion of the night, and that is Snow's 4th grab for 32 yards. Oh, Salt Lake is going to pin Chicago down to their 2-yard line with 9:07 to go, making matters worse for the Dragons. Jesse Long's pass is incomplete. Still 50%, 16 of 32, 2nd and 10, 9:21 to go. Dakota trying to once again go back up by 2 scores. Flag, end zone. Ooh, it's incomplete. Wow, almost picked in the back. Woodstone on a sweep around the end, inside the 20 down to the 11-yard line. Clever play call there. Now 80 yards on 15 carries for Woodstone. Flag hands it off. That's Jaguar Jackson. His first carry of the day, got a couple, 3rd and 8. Logan Foster, 3rd and short. Can they keep a drive alive? No. Oh no, that was 2nd and inches. Now it's 3rd and short. 2 teams in the red zone right now. Flag into the end zone, incomplete. Long's pass caught down to the 1-yard line. Armstrong's 5th grab for 48 yards. First down, Chicago. Pick up a 22. Keeps the drive alive with 8 minutes to go. What a hit on Carlton Rhodes, has been pretty quiet today. Jesse Long, 1st and goal from the 1. Pass knocked down at the line. 2nd and goal for Austin. And now a 4th down for Dakota will result in a 28-yard field goal attempt. 28-yard field goal for Dakota is good. Austin, 2nd and goal at the 1. Long going to throw again. It's caught and it's short. Back-to-back throws at the 1-yard line from Austin. Very similar to Phoenix at the end of the first half. Now it's 3rd down and goal. Jesse Long is changing the play. Chicago is beyond the 50 and on the move. Handoff inside. Mike Woodstone punches it in. Jesse Long on the audible, and we're an extra point away from a tie game. Jesse Long changing the play, and Woodstone punching it in just barely. Dakota gets a field goal. Austin gets a touchdown. 7:33 to go. Chicago called for a hold as they enter Salt Lake territory. 8:12 left. Milwaukee down 10. We're tied at 10 in Austin. Chicago's offense finally putting something together inside the 30 down to the 28-yard line. 217 yards of passing for Foster. Wheeler with the catch. Aker with the tackle. Adam Wiseman over the middle of the field. Dejon Wright again at his shoe laces with the catch. Eight minutes to go. Milwaukee far from out of it. But 18 called numbers tonight. Still no bingo. Inside the 30-yard line for Chicago. This is Foster's pass. Almost picked. That is receiver just a little bit too much. That is our pressure point at the moment. Chicago in scoring position, down 10-6 with 6:32 to play. Adam Wiseman's in some trouble, and Wiseman takes a sack. That's O'Neal with the sack, and that is sack number 5 for Dakota on the day. 2nd and 21 there. Tillo dumps it off for Phoenix to the 31-yard line. Austin's defense has made life very difficult on Phoenix's offense, and it starts with containing their very talented tight end, Mateus Sansbino, who I'm not sure has a catch today. 3rd down and 13 for Foster. Chicago fires into this corner. It is caught at the 7-yard line. 24-yard catch for Mebane, his 5th grab. Dragons in position. Look at Austin swarming to the football on 2nd and 2. No gain. Fitzgerald on the stop. 3rd down, Phoenix. Wiseman, 3rd and 6. Got it inside the 30. Down to the 28-yard line. Milwaukee is moving. 22-yard grab for their tight end. Handoff up the middle. That's Preston. Bowling his way to the end zone. Chicago's got the lead for the first time today with 5:35 to go. Yes, 8 is also a call. Good call. Let's go, let's check that Chicago yardage there as they take the lead. Extra point is good. It is the Dragons up 13-10. 2nd and 4 coming up for Phoenix with 5.5 to go. That was a 7-yard touchdown for Chicago, so nothing new there except the score, 13. Phoenix's pass incomplete. We got to go to the red zone here. We got to go to Milwaukee. 20-10, 5:15 to go. Adam Wiseman back in the end zone. That pass is caught. Touchdown. Mike Churchill's 2nd of the afternoon. Into the late evening. 3rd down and 4 for Tillo. That passes behind the intended receiver. Austin gets another stop. That was an 11-yard score for Milwaukee. Phoenix has to punt. Deep shot, Salt Lake. And it's wrestled away, incomplete. Punt goes into the end zone. Austin will start from their 20. Booth reviewing Milwaukee, but that one definitely looks good. That's just throwing salt in the wound for the Stags after that bad missed call from earlier. Woodstone 16 for 81 and 1. 5:25 left in Chicago. Deep ball from Jay Carter is incomplete. 3rd down and 10. Chicago looking for a stop with 5:21 to go. The touchdown is good, so Milwaukee's extra point is good. 3rd down and 10 for Salt Lake. And a deep shot is caught by Alexander West all the way down the field for a touchdown, Salt Lake. Chicago brought the blitz and the Hornets retake the lead. A 73-yard strike. And Ontario Knight, one of Chicago's best defenders, whiffs on the coverage. Salt Lake back in front. Wow, I can't believe that. Milwaukee and Dakota was 3-3. Oh, what a pass from Jesse Long. 1st down to the Phoenix 48-yard line. Dakota Milwaukee was 3-3 when Dakota scored their first touchdown in the 3rd quarter. Since then, Dakota has scored 3 straight times, and Milwaukee, besides the turnover, has scored 2 touchdowns. 5:08 left in the 4th. It's 2nd down and 10 for Dakota. 2:43 to go in the 4th. That game is ticking away, and Mike Woodstone's got another solid carry up the middle. He's up to 101 yards on 20 carries. Dakota trying to put the game away, but it's now going to be 3rd down and 10 in Milwaukee. 2nd down and 3 for the Lone Stars. Jesse Long overthrew the intended target, now 19-37, 3rd down and 3. Billy Flagg on a 3rd down and 10, fires over the middle of the field. It's knocked out of the hands of the intended receiver. That was Rhodes again, who has not had his best day. 4th down Dakota. Jesse Long's pass caught at the 31-yard line with 2 minutes to go. Austin is driving. Now inside the 30, Phoenix is going to have to start thinking about burning timeouts. Logan Foster is sacked. And there is a timeout from Phoenix. Austin's in field goal range right now for the win. They got to get the ball back. That's what Milwaukee just did. Under 5 minutes to go, down 3. And the Stags have a chance to pull the upset. Chicago's upset hopes are fading away as Logan Foster takes yet another sack. 121 yards for Wright. Handoff to Woodstone. Trying to make Phoenix burn those timeouts. And now if you're Austin, the question is, what do you do? Phoenix has one timeout. Wiseman's pass nearly intercepted. It is 3rd down and 3 for Austin. 3rd and 15 for Chicago, down 4. Jesse Long going to hand it off to Woodstone, and he got the first down. So now Phoenix is out of timeouts. This is looking like a real legit possibility here for Austin to pull the upset. Chicago on a 3rd down and 15. Foster takes the check down. They'll have to go for it. Deep shot, Adam Wiseman. That pass is caught. Actually, I stand corrected. There's still 4:20 left in that Chicago game, so they could punt it away. Another strong stop for Salt Lake. Hand off to Woodstone. Inside the 10, down to the 3-yard line. 1st and goal for Austin. Mike Woodstone in the 4th quarter has been unstoppable. 36 has not been called. 1st and goal at the 3 for the Lone Stars in a tie game. Hand off to Woodstone. Didn't get there. You know, if Phoenix blocks a field goal, they're still not out of this. And we know in the UFL, blocked field goals can definitely happen. 2nd and goal at the 2. 1:06 to go in the 4th quarter. Tie game. Quick pass out to Hill. Hill's got a touchdown. Austin takes the lead. They were down 10-0. It's their first lead of the day. Let's go to Milwaukee, where it's the Stags driving with 3.5 to go, down 3. That was a 2-yard touchdown for Austin. Salt Lake just got a 1st down. Adam Wiseman floating it to the sideline. It's going to be 3rd down there. 2 is our 21st number called, and the only reason why I'm keeping it alive is because no one has called bingo. But these games are all under 5 minutes, and we got 2, 3 one-possession games as Wiseman's pass is caught down inside the 20-yard line. 1st down for Milwaukee. That is Henderson's 6th grab for 49 yards. Phoenix has no touchdowns and 1 minute and 3 seconds left. That's one of the hardest situations to be in as an offense in the UFL. 2nd and 8 for Salt Lake, and Chicago cannot buy a stuff fumble. Picked up by Chicago. Oh my! Handoff on a little end around for Milwaukee. Gets to the 15-yard line. Chris Allure coughed up the football. What are we going to get? That is very close. Wow, I think the ball is out. Oh man, that's close. I would expect a review there. Look for the review there. Red zone in Milwaukee. Meanwhile, Phoenix has less than a minute. They got to get down the field. Wiseman's pass is caught, but there's a flag. It's a hold on Milwaukee. Look at the fumble, lower left-hand corner. Ooh, did the knee cause the ball to come out? Close call there. Handoff. Longfellow lost the ball, but Milwaukee recovers. After review, Salt Lake gets the football back. They overturn the call on the field.
Jackrabbit, Jackrabbit.
A holding call wiped away a touchdown for Milwaukee. Now it's 3rd and 14. Wiseman in zone, caught. No, he dropped it. Oh my gosh, for Milwaukee. That's 2 chances they had to take the lead. Killamore Orso knocked it away. This looked like a catch. On the way down, Orso knocked it free. There's 30 seconds left in Austin, and the 4th and 4 pass is complete for Phoenix, so they have a first down. The time is ticking away. Milwaukee has a chance at a game-winning field goal, or a game-tying field goal from 40 yards away. Minute and a half to go. The kick is blocked. The kick is blocked and recovered by Dakota. 10 seconds left in Austin. Phoenix's pass is caught to the sideline, 45 yards away from a score. 8 seconds left. They're going to have to go for the Hail Mary. Handoff up the middle for Salt Lake. Touchdown. That game is iced away. And Killamore Orso recovered the fumble on the blocked kick. Joe Tillo, deep shot, Hail Mary for the tie. No! Austin pulls the upset. And Milwaukee needs a stop. Down 3 after the blocked field goal. I think that was maybe Montgomery on the block. There was so much happening right there. Austin pulls the upset. Phoenix's 2nd loss of the season. And what do you know? Austin's players vote on a reshaped defensive scheme, and they give up just 10. Moving Theodore Blackman to middle linebacker. Austin gets the W. Dakota icing this one away after the blocked field goal.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
That was Cash Cruz's 6th tackle for Milwaukee. He's had an excellent day.
Come on, set.
Austin wins 17-10.
Pick your game up.
Get it.
And we also had a Salt Lake touchdown as Billy Flagg has a first down. That was a 1-yard score that's already been called, and 24 has also been called as well. So no new numbers there. Milwaukee's going to look back at this game and wonder what they could have had. And Churchill said it best in the chat. Blocked field goal would have given him 3. That touchdown for Dakota was very questionable. And the Rhinos just continue their streak here. They're going to improve to 6-1. The first team to do so. Dakota has won 4 in a row. Their last 4 wins, 16-12, 27-26, 41-34, and 20-17. Chicago and Salt Lake is our last game left. 1:10 to go in the 4th quarter. The Dragons are down 11. They have not played particularly well here today against Salt Lake. The Hornets, a very good defensive team. Theodore Blackman in his new role, 13 total tackles and 3 TFLs, led all players in the game. Will Edwards still unclaimed on the Dakota defense. Their only player on their defense unclaimed is your player of the day. He and the rest of that pressure they applied on Adam Wiseman caused him fits. And Dakota holds on for another thrilling victory, 20-17. Logan Foster on 3rd down and 10, incomplete. Now it's 4th down. 23 of 37, 273 yards, no picks for Foster, but no touchdowns either. Just 32 rushing yards today for Milwaukee as Dakota's defensive front shut it down. It is a new card for primetime, Tony. But you know what?
On the double.
Yeah, it is a new card because any bingo wins, so I can't honor it. I did kind of want it. I want you guys to win, but I can't honor it. 4th down and 10, interception for Chicago, so the card will reset, but any bingo wins in primetime. And for the first time in game night history since we introduced YOUGO or UFL bingo, we had no winners tonight. Same card, yep, just resets, Evan. Any bingo wins on game night. So Logan Foster throws his first pick of the night. Willis with the interception for Salt Lake. Great night for Cash Cruz. 10 total tackles for Milwaukee, but they come up a little short. Jay Carter tonight, not his best performance either. 13 of 23 for 225 yards, a touchdown, and 2 picks. But that 3rd and 10 bomb against Chicago for the 73-yard touchdown made all the difference. And we are down to our final kneel downs in Chicago. You can catch the stats for Salt Lake and Chicago on their individual video page. Coming up next on UFL Primetime, a big matchup out east. It's the 5-1 Rochester Pioneers against the 3-2 Miami Pirates. It's Colin Northrup and John Warren on the call. You won't want to miss it. It is coming up next right here on the Virtual Football Network as UFL Week 7 rolls on.
Ready. 8, read. Don't let him breathe. Don't let him breathe. Play that tight D. Don't let him breathe.
3rd and 13, kneel down for Salt Lake. And they'll punt this away to salt the time off the clock. Salt Lake's going to beat Chicago 24-13. And we can now cue the outro. Final scores around the UFL tonight, and what a game night it was. Austin scores 17 unanswered and upsets Phoenix by a score of 17-10. Salt Lake trailed Chicago 13-10 and scores 14 unanswered in the 4th quarter. Joe Malone with 4 sacks tonight, your big player of the game for Salt Lake. They get the win. And Dakota hangs on in Milwaukee 20-17 as they block the game-tying field goal in the final 2 minutes. This has been a presentation of the Virtual Football Network. I'm UFL co-founder Cameron Irvine. UFL Primetime is coming up next. Thanks, everybody, for watching UFL Game Night. We'll see you next time.